She really was an imposter. Duke's gaze shifted to her face. His brows drew together a little, and a cloud of anxiety formed on the horizon of her mind.
You don't say.
Her heart sank. Did something about her looks or actions tip him off she didn't belong at this party? Was he going to send her home before the clock struck midnight, like an underage Cinderella? Want to see my student ID? My friend has my wallet, but I'm sure I could find her. Heat flared in her cheeks at the thought of him calling her bluff. God, she hoped he didn't. She smoothed the hand over her tank top. Tonight's wardrobe played a key role in helping her project a cool, casual 21, or really any age more legit than boring, pointless 16. But she'd relied on Chelsea's advice and her own instincts. What if she looked more like a big slutty dork than a college student? Duke shook his head.
No way, sweetheart. I don't want you going anywhere.
Her pulse settled a bit. Then I guess I'll stick around.
Awesome.
His smile widened.
So, what's your major?
Okay, points to Chelsea for suggesting the tank top. She took a gulp of champagne to hide her relief, and a wave of triumph rushed through her, even more dizzying than the alcohol. She could answer any way she chose, be anyone she chose. Rebellious Laurie Peterson with her fucked-up mother and penchant for trouble didn't exist here. I'm a dance major. To sell the fib, she treated him to some of her better Pussycat Doll moves.
Damn, girl. I bet you're at the top of your class. I could watch you work that body all night.
All night? Was that some kind of suggestion or invitation? Uncertainty anchored her for a moment, but another swallow of champagne sent a fizz of bubbles to her brain and evaporated the caution trying to drag her down. You could. She broke off and sipped again. Come up here and dance with me. He licked his lips.
What do you give me if I do?
What do you want? She added a slow smile to the end of the question, and even as her palms went sweaty, she prayed she came off grown-up, self-assured, everything she aspired to be. He handed the bottle of champagne to one of his friends and hopped onto the table. The two guys at the other end of the table jumped down.
How about a kiss?
A kiss? Her heart tripped in her chest, and her attention automatically zoomed in on his mouth. The corners curved upward. Shit, Laurie, stop staring at his lips like a complete rookie. Act like you've done this millions of times. The thing was, she hadn't. She'd kissed a few guys, but just high school boys, nobody who actually knew what he was doing. Now was her chance to change that, assuming she didn't screw it up. She downed the last of her drink, tossed the cup to the sand, and turned so she faced him. Finally, she lifted one eyebrow and shot him the cocky look she'd perfected for exactly such an occasion. Just a kiss?
For starters.
He stepped closer.
A kiss to kick off the new year.
Anticipation prickled beneath her skin, but no overwhelming urges of the sort her older, more experienced friends had described. Maybe because, physically at least, he didn't overwhelm her. Despite her bare feet, she and Duke stood almost eye to eye. Then his arms wound around her waist, his hands slipped into the back pockets of her cutoffs, and her cocky faltered. Was it her move now? Should she do the same to him? His lips found the curve of her neck, and his mouth went to work there. Okay, time to do something. Only a freaking amateur would just stand there like a statue. She dipped her fingers into the back pockets of his shorts, but shoot, they were buttoned. Without stopping to think, she yanked the flaps to tug them open. His startled grunt stilled her hands. Crap, she'd accidentally given him a wedgie. Talk about a freaking amateur. Sorry. She jerked her hands away and left them hovering awkwardly at his waist.
No worries, sweet thing.
He pulled her in closer. His chuckle tickled.